Hello, my beautiful friends. We are back. Happy equinox, happy April. We have arrived. I just wanted to remind you that I will be in LA hosting an event on the 17th of April and in Oakland on the 21st of April, and all tickets for that event is down below. Only one of the tickets will be available at the door, and you will have to pay in cash, and there will be an increase in price. So get them now so that we can kick it. We're going to do an abundance ritual. Something new that I haven't shared with anybody yet. We're going to be talking about how Chiron moving into Aries is drastically shifting the way that we integrate and heal our collective body, as well as how to find all of the magic that is unfolding around you every single day. Because using your intuition in mundane moments is extremely powerful, and it allows you to integrate your spirituality beyond prayer, beyond meditation, and things like that. For my New York friends, we are definitely having an event on May 27th. However, I may switch venues. Regardless, on the 31st, I am going to list the in-person reading time slots that are available. And for those of you that have sent me your email because you want to be privy to the information first, you will get access to those beforehand. And I will drop the tickets as soon as I have solidified whether I'm going to stay where we are right now or move it to a different spot. On the 31st, I am also launching some new services. A few are going to disappear, but not the ones that everyone loves. And I'm going to add some new stuff where my US friends can get gifts in the mail as well. So that's really exciting. I'm also in the process of getting certified for Reiki. So that's something that you're going to see in my services as well a little bit. And some of you have noticed that I did drop mid-month readings that covered career and love, and you only saw snippets because the rest is available to Siren Gang members. It is $10 a month. You get access to all 12 signs mid-month reading, career and love. They're separate spreads. And you get access to the weekly blog that I put out every single Sunday. And you get $3 off all my services all the time. Another exciting thing that I'm launching in May is a live stream for women only. It's going to be a sacred space where, again, we host ritual. I take questions from the live chat and all that good stuff. So as always, if you need to get in touch with me, you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at _spiritualsiren, or you can go to my website below, thespiritualsiren.com, and I'm always available to you guys. I love you so much, and here's your reading. Peace. All right, Leo, so I don't usually pull reversals, but this card ended up reversed somehow. We have the 8 of Swords reversed with the 4 of Pentacles. Now, when I stop shuffling, we have the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So if you had been feeling trapped in a situation, if you had been feeling trapped in a situation and it was particularly giving you a lot of anxiety, I do feel that that's coming to an end, especially if it's something that you were banking on financially, or you put a lot of money in, or you've had a lot of money worries. I think you're realizing that you can get yourself out of, this is debt, okay? Or if this is like credit card payments, new expenses that are coming up, this definitely feels money oriented. You're realizing that you are not a victim to your money flow, and that you have the power without even, I don't even see this as like a new job. Like, I think you're going to be able to make it work with what you have. But regardless, something that was previously feeling like baggage to you and feeling like it was physically keeping you down, you're realizing that was just a mentality. You are still a little bit hesitant because it's almost like when an animal gets freed from captivity, if you will, at first it's kind of hesitant, like, is this real? Like, am I really let out of my cage? Is it really safe for me to be out here? So give yourself some breathing room as you transition from one mental state to another, again, because you were really anxious and worried, and that is all coming to an end, but it's not going to change overnight, okay? Because big endings and bigger beginnings take time to open and close. All right, Leo? So let's get into your whole spread, and we'll see what we find there. All right, Leo. So it's come to a point in your life where we need to make decisions in a very grounded, rational way. And it's not that you really don't to begin with. But you can let that fire, right? That fire and desire really drive you and really, I don't want to say taint, but that's the word that I'm getting. Like, you kind of let it taint what you're doing, and you let it taint your mind, if you will. Because the Queen of Cups has been coming up for a lot of signs. So there is this new push that we're all getting to really get to know ourselves in a more intimate way. And for you, it's about execution, I feel, and being able to be kind of brutally honest and very clear, verbally clear about how you feel. Now's not the time to merely act on your emotions, but to speak on your emotions, okay? The overall energy this month is the Ace of Swords. So this is about a bestowing of clarity. But I feel primarily, I mean, you may get clear universally through things that occur this month or whatever, but I feel that you are bestowing the clarity upon the people that are around you, and you are kind of announcing things. If there's anybody in your midst that is curious as to like what is up with you or whatever, now's the time to set the record straight. I also think you've gone through a period of time where, especially emotionally, you have really been unsure as to what even makes you happy or what even that you want. And there's a similar vibe here to the Gemini reading. So if you're tied to a Gemini or having a strong Gemini placement, I would take a look at that. But let's get into it. What you're being asked to release this month is the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and we also have the Ten of Cups coming out. And I'm reading the Queen of Swords and Ten of Cups together. On the Ten of Cups, we have the rune Luck. So it's time to move away from this hesitancy, again, to be honest about how you feel, Leo, with the Queen of Swords here. It's time to be really cut and dry about your emotional well-being. And about, if this is family, if this Ten of Cups is a family situation, you need to keep it a buck, you know, with the people that you love. Because love is honesty, okay? And you can't be afraid that being honest will somehow like, you know, sour relationships. I assure you, suppressing your truth will sour relationships far quicker. Now, reading this another way, the Queen of Swords with the Ten of Cups could be that you have kept yourself very distant, like distanced, yeah, from believing that you can have it all. Okay, and having it all is a big theme right now in the collective consciousness. So why is it that you're afraid to invest in the whole thing? Why can't you have a successful career, a successful relationship, great friends, money in the bank, whatever, living your dreams? Why can't you have that? Okay, it's time to really be honest with yourself about why you're so afraid to believe in the dream, to believe in the idealism, okay? Because yes, an ideal can get us in trouble in terms of fantasy and things like that, but you're not being fanciful. There's no Seven of Cups here. There's no moon here. This is not a Neptunian vibe. There's just a deep need, yeah, with the Three of Cups, to believe that there is something for you like there's something for everyone type of deal. Three of Cups here is also about celebration. Why don't you want to celebrate your happiness? Why don't you want to celebrate your victories? There's something here that's been shallow, okay? With the Six of Swords, it's like you've been waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, okay, this is going well, this is going well. Like, something is bound to spoil, all right? The Queen of Swords is also very detached. So you may have really put your emotional fulfillment on the back burner for a long time because you wanted to focus on being financially lucky, and you just felt like now is not the time. And Spirit is really calling you to see that it's time now. It's time to move forward and consider your emotional, I want to say, health, okay? Because the door that's now open that was once closed, we have the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Queen of Cups. And on the Queen of Cups, we have wisdom. So the new karmic cycle, or the new vibrational cycle that's opening up in front of you, will require you to use your intuitive wisdom for guidance, okay? And that's why it's so imperative that you finally bridge that gap and not be so cold and distant, not necessarily with other people. I feel that you've been distant with your own emotional body. It could have been exemplified through not having a lot of out time with your friends, or not spending a lot of time with your family, or just being very closed off to the idea of having feelings in general. Like, this feels like you've been kind of like business as usual, you know what I mean? Like, not really considering other things. But it's time now to trust yourself, and it's time now to tap into your true intuitive wisdom, because the soul and the emotional body tells us a lot about everything else that manifests around us, even before it manifests. So if you're looking to gain more foresight and gain more clarity on how to get to the finish line, if you will, Leo, it's really important that you listen to yourself, okay? And yeah, because look, behind that we have the Five of Cups, and behind that we have the Ace of Cups. So to overcome any previous disappointment you've had on an emotional level, okay, and that can manifest again in relationships and friendships, whatever, okay, you need to believe in feeling again. You need to believe in love again, okay? It's time. You have matured, and it's time to act on that maturity, all right? Because the difference between the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, like we have here, is the Queen of Swords can be very exacting and cold, whereas the King of Swords, though he can be like that too, he's a little bit more logical. And she has butterflies on her throne, but no moons. He has moons, which means that he's transformed his intuition into valuable logic that he can count on, okay? So it's time to really merge both of those bodies. Now, a lot of these cards are blue, and the throat chakra is the bridge between the intuitive, the third eye, and the heart, right? Which is our soul and our compass, you know, our true north. So the wisdom that you seek, the clarity that you seek, is found in the heart, and it is quiet, okay? You are the one that gives life to it, and you're the one that puts it to words. So if you want to see change in your life, in whatever aspect of your life you want to see change, Leo, it is imperative that you heed your spirit's calling, and you start to really turn that radio dial into your own truth, okay? Nobody else is going to have the answers. Yeah, Nine of Wands, but you're hesitant. I don't know why. I don't know why. If you have this rhetoric in your head that like, oh, every time I follow my heart, it just gets me in trouble, blah, blah, that wasn't the case. There's very little fire here. You know, we do have some, but, you know, gunning off a desire is not listening to your heart. It's listening to, I mean, technically, Leo, you do rule the heart, but this is a different kind of emotional truth. This is one that's quiet, and you have to be still to listen to it. So that's also probably why you are kind of scared to give into that, because you can't move about with it, you know, right away. Like, listening to your intuition sometimes requires you to really gain a lot of stillness. And I feel like you've been keeping yourself really busy so that you didn't have to think about all of this. And I think that you're a little bit afraid that it's going to bring up old memories. However, I don't really feel that's the case. I feel like it's just time now to stop discounting what you know to be true, and not being so disconnected, okay? Your current energy as it relates to all of this for the month: in your head, we have the Four of Pentacles. In your heart, the King of Swords with the rune Fertility. And in your foundation, we have the Ten of Wands. So with the Ten of Wands in your foundation, you can't keep on the way that you have been going, whatever direction that is. All of this intensity on your plate, the more you put off paying attention to your emotions and what they're trying to tell you, the more it's going to feel like an uphill struggle. I don't really feel like you're going to keep it up much longer, but I'm just letting you know. Because I think that you realize that, like, running solely on intellect and ego can only get us so far. And it starts to create a division between your soul's calling and the worldly like calls of us. Sorry, I just had to let out a mean sneeze. That was crazy. So don't be afraid to expel whatever you need to expel, okay? With the King of Swords in your heart space and fertility, you are being granted a time where it is becoming easier than ever to say what's in your heart, okay? I think maybe in the past you've had a hard time putting to words what you felt, and therefore you're like, I'd rather just not say anything because no one understands me. When I say it, I'm always misconstrued. Like, people just see me as like uber passionate and, you know, like that I'm just so focused on myself, whatever. The King of Swords is giving you tact, okay? And they're giving you a very precise way of speaking. Now, this is also saying that what you feel right now, you're 100% clear on and you can bank on that information, okay? With the Four of Pentacles in your heart, or excuse me, in your head, I do feel that you're still a little concerned or worried about people somehow taking from you. And you're worried about not letting things change. I'm not sure why you're so worried about that. But these do add to 5, which is about challenge. So, you know, Leo, you're not usually the sign that is hesitant to change. Usually that's Taurus, right? We do have Taurus energy represented here in Spirit's advice. But with the Four of Pentacles in your heart space, are you trying to hold on to things that don't even aid your happiness anymore just to be stubborn? You know, you have to ask yourself that. Is everything that you hold on to even worth it? You know, is what you do for money even worth it? Is what you spend your money on, or the things that you cling to, do you cling to them because they make you feel safe? Yeah, because look, then we have the Two of Cups and the Six of Swords. So some of you may have been holding on to a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be any kind. Or have been holding on to your money and your job more than, so because you didn't want to invest in relationships. Because you still have this rhetoric of like, it's only going to cause problems. It's going to make my life harder. It's going to be such a struggle. And it's really time to reevaluate if those beliefs are even true anymore. Which is why Spirit's advice for you is the Hierophant clarified by the King of Pentacles. And we have the rune Marriage here on the King of Pentacles, which has been a very popular rune this month as well. Are your beliefs even true anymore? And I feel as though, again, going back to the theme of you can have it all. You don't need to be in this worrisome, I got to hold on to whatever I got because who knows when it's going to get replenished mode. And believe that if you commit to a prosperous mentality, there is no need to be fearful. Because the King of Pentacles is so paid and is so comfortable and is so like full of luxuries. He is free to commit himself to other things. In some regard, he's overly committed to money, right? He's overly committed to physical elements and physical displays of abundance. And so you also have to ask yourself that, is your attachment to the physical realm and to showing beauty and to showing love and to showing your self-affection very much rooted in the physical? And is that somehow blocking or coming into conflict with your personal truth? Okay. Now, because we have the Marriage rune and the Hierophant here, you have to ask yourself too, for those of you that are married or wanting to be married, if you're dealing with a Taurus or another earth sign, what is the focus right now in your relationship? Is it primarily based on doing it because, are you in this relationship because it keeps you financially stable? Are you in this relationship because it's the right thing to do? Are you in this relationship because, you know, that's what we're supposed to do? Again, the Hierophant talks about societal pressure, okay? Sometimes we stay in commitments, and this can be any kind of commitment now. Sometimes we stay in commitments simply because we're comfortable in them. Or we avoid commitment because we're more comfortable just doing our own thing and we're afraid to share ourselves with another person. So Spirit is really encouraging you this month, one, to inspect your relationship with money in the physical realm and ask yourself if you're using physical items, right? Financial things that you can buy with money, or, you know, everyday luxuries, things that you can feel and touch. Are you using them to compensate for your lack of emotional and spiritual support? Okay. And then with the Hierophant here, is it because you're trying to gain a sense of wealth and status that you feel is necessary at your age, or in order to feel like you're accomplished? Yeah, because then we have the Lovers, and it's just really time to come home to yourself, Leo. I feel like in some way you've been faking the funk. And yeah, and it's because you want to be prosperous and you want to have financial independence and you want to build a family, or you just want to build a legacy, right? The Ten of Pentacles is a legacy, especially in a financial way. But, you know, to an extent, it's like heavy is the head that wears the crown, my friend. Like, if we always are doing to build, can anyone even reach your ivory tower? You know, that's a question you need to ask yourself. Can anyone even access you? If you're lonely or you're feeling like it's always business, are you even making time for other people? And that's why with the King of Swords in your head and the rune prosperity, get clear about how happy money is even making you. Okay, because money is a tool, and it can be a very powerful tool, and it can buy us a lot of options, okay? And it can, to an extent, buy us freedom. But is that even what you're after? So I really encourage you this month to reevaluate your relationship with your finances, okay? And how those finances buy you a lifestyle that is supportive or hindering to what your ultimate desires are. In the most likely outcome moving into May, we have the Nine of Cups with the Knight of Wands. And on the Knight of Wands, we have success. So, oh my God, who says that? I can't remember who it's from, but they say, quickly decide what you want so it can come to you now. Okay? And that's really what this is. If you want to feel fulfilled, right? This is a personal fulfillment. Okay? You can bring yourself personal success on a dime. And I think that you already know that, though. This is feeling like overnight success. This is feeling like granting your own wishes really quick. And maybe this is the indicator you needed to really start to trust yourself and your judgment. Because that's also what I feel like. I feel like you're mistrusting your emotional judgment for whatever reason. But with the Nine of Cups here, a wish is coming true, and it's going to come in fast. I don't know if this is going to be a payoff. This could be, I mean, it's a little bit late for the Americans, but this could be a tax payoff you didn't expect. This could be a bonus at work. Or just you realize that you are successful all on your own. You don't need to be, where'd that card that flipped? You don't need to fulfill anyone else's standards, you know? You are your own set of standards. I don't know where that card went. So, you know, you can do you all day long, Leo. No one is going to stop you, okay? But this is also a little short-lived. I feel like you're going to burn yourself out at some point. So, remember, the Nine of Cups is a level of satisfaction that is very personal. It really only satisfies you. And there's obviously nothing wrong with that. But, again, ask yourself if everything that you're doing to gain success is something that could stand the test of time, or if it's something that is all temporary to patch a wound, okay? Because we do have the Magician here and the Three of Pentacles clarifying this Nine of Cups. So, and the Eight of Wands, right? We have change. So, if you want to really bring long-standing change, let this next windfall or this next boost in your spirit really show you that you are powerful and can make anything happen, and therefore it's safe to start building something with other people. Okay? I feel like some other people or some other factor that includes other people needs to get brought into the fold. You've been doing a lot on your own, Leo, and it's time to trust what you feel, trust your judgment, and start to let other people in, okay? What affirmation do we have for our Leos for the month of April? Spirit, what does Leo? Come on, just one. What does Leo most need to know? My heart is open. I speak with loving words. Again, we're talking about communicating our emotions clearly. I am comfortable looking in the mirror, saying, I love you. I really love you. So obviously, Leo, our loving relationship starts with ourselves. So when we cut ourselves off from other people in an attempt to protect ourselves or whatever, and we can shield ourselves with all types of things, work, money, extracurricular activities, whatever. We also cut off the flow to ourselves at some point, okay? Nobody can derail you, all right? You are secure in what you have worked for, and it is safe to open up and feel, because it's really going to open a whole new set of doors that you had previously not even known existed. All right, Leo, I love you guys so much, and I'll be back soon. Peace.